I don't understand why guys like that never get their name mentioned.
I agree. But the NHL.com has been doing these mid-season voting block projects, which is they took, I believe, 16 of their NHL.com writers that cover the league for either regionally, nationally, or for specific teams. And they did a end of season style vote for the major NHL awards. And so far they've released basically all the ones we talk about except for the Selke and the Hart. But I wanted to show these because they're interesting, but the Stars have a couple players in two of the big ones. So Ryan, let's start with the Norris Trophy voting so far. This is at midseason. Here it is. Miro Heiskanen, third in the midseason Norris voting. And we did a big mini pod and a discussion about what he could do. And I think he's in the conversation, but he's got to probably pick up the offense from where he is now to get anywhere close to Cale Makar, right?
Yeah. Somebody's got to get
it's Makar.
Is he going to win like 6 of the next 8 Norris trophies?
Yeah, what is the record, by the way? Is it 6?
That's a good
5 or 6?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Who would your guess be? For the most?
My guess would be, well, Nicky Lidstrom
That was
probably
my guess.
won 4 or 5 for sure. Bobby Orr probably's got 3 or 4. Hedman's probably got 2 or 3.
I want to say it's 3.
Lidstrom has
But
6.
Makar's got to
Who?
have.
Bobby Orr's 8.
So is that the most?
Bobby Orr, because Lidstrom has 6.
Lidstrom
Bobby
had
Orr
6.
Bobby Orr won 8 in a row. By the way.
I was going to say,
That's insane.
That
Doug Harvey won a whole bunch too.
Makar's going to break the record.
Record of 8, and he's going to win 8 in a row.
The other guy I would throw in there is the kid in Detroit, Sider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is point wise, but I think, well, Sean, you see him quite a bit. I mean, I don't look at him as the big put up the point guy, but he's hard to play against, and he's always been a physical kind of specimen back there. So, yeah, I don't know how. One that surprises me, and maybe it's all the trade stuff, is Hughes. I figured it would be Makar, Hughes, 1, 2.
Well, his team was awful, so I think that's probably right now he's playing like a Norris Trophy winner. So
Lidstrom won 7, including 6 in a 7-year period.
wow.
You know who else went nuts besides, obviously, Bobby Orr won 8 in a row, was a long time ago in the 50s and 60s, Montreal Canadiens, Doug Harvey won 7 of 8 years from 55 to 62. Only his teammate Tom Johnson won in 1959 to break that streak. So those are the big ones. And then more recently, it's been more variety. It hasn't been just one guy every year. Makar has won twice so far in 22 and 25. He probably it's his to lose again this year, though. Yeah. Okay, so now let's look at the Vezina, because this is the one that Sean sent the group today. And Sean, I think you should make the comment that you made earlier about this, as you see Logan Thompson, Scott Wedgwood, and Jake Oettinger, although quite a gap in points between Wedgie and Otter.
Yeah, I was going to say, as I said to you on the phone earlier today when we were doing some show prep, Owen, could you ever imagine living in a world where Scott Wedgwood wins a Vezina trophy before Jake Oettinger?
Yeah. How about a Stanley Cup too?
Yeah. And on top of that, the other thing, and this is the whole, like, right now it's an interesting with these 3 up here, because I think it's Logan Thompson's is probably deservingly on the top of this list right now. But if Scott Wedgwood does somehow get this all done and wins this award, probably be the most surprising Vezina Trophy winner since the guy named Jim Carrey won it in the mid-'90s for the Washington Capitals, and not the Jim Carrey who was in the Truman Show, a different Jim Carrey. So
that's right.
It's
1 R versus 2 Rs.
Yes, exactly. And so this is talk about we've talked about all the time about various things with the Stars world and what Casey DeSmith has done for the Stars and everything like that. But Scott Wedgwood has, you talk about a late career glow up or whatever term you want to use. Good for him, because he has found the right place and the right opportunity after betting on himself and not Scott Wedgwood right now would not be on this list if he had accepted that he was $1 million backup in Dallas.
Yep.
Scott
100%.
Wedgwood bet on himself, took the extra money to go to Nashville, got traded to Colorado. So kudos to him. So
the only bad thing about it, because everything else is great, he's increased his career earnings 3 or 4 times over now because of it. And I'm really happy for him. The only bad thing about him choosing that path is that if he was still with Dallas, he'd probably be a weekly guest on our show, and we would really have fun with that.
Yeah.
All right,
He didn't answer my text last week to come on our show.
Well,
so
you should
Scott,
text him again.
Let's get this going here.
He's big timing,
Since you guys were talking about goalies there, I want to bring up Glenn Hall passed away.
Oh, yeah.
A day or two ago. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this week.
But recently. But the one thing about Glenn Hall, which never be broken, talk about records, 502, I believe it's two, Sean, 502.
Yeah,
straight,
502.
502 straight starts.
Oh.
Including playoffs, it was something like 550
Unbelievable.
something. I mean, every game.
He just never
500
missed.
games in a row. I mean, it's just, again, different time, but just incredible.
Probably easier on the knees if you're a stand-up goalie back then. But I saw a photo on Twitter, I think it was yesterday, Luds, where it was Marty Brodeur, Ed Belfour, Grant Fuhr, and Glenn Hall all standing in street clothes together at some function. And it was just a list of royalty of NHL goalies.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Calder Trophy because we have two more that they did, the NHL.com writers. I'm sure at some point we'll get the Hart, but check this out. 2 goalies in the top 5 in their Calder voting at midseason, including Jesper Wallstedt in Minnesota and Yaroslav Askarov, Sean's favorite in San Jose. By the way, Sean has got multiple goalie favorites, as he is allowed to. We've seen Beckett Seneca play for Anaheim. We'll see him next week. He's excellent.
To score
every
night.
What I'm confused about this, because I told you I was watching the game last night with San Jose. Isn't Celebrini available to win this?
No, that was last year. He's not. He's played too many games.
I thought they said that he was still available to win it because he only played a certain amount of games last night.
Well, if this is it,
that
25,
it's less 25 or under 25.
Okay. I thought I could have swore they said that. Maybe what they said
he'd be
they
an
probably
easy,
wasn't
he'd be the easy
available.
pick.
No, he's played.
For sure.
He's played 113, so he's way over that.
Schaefer's the one that probably is the one that flew under the radar right from the beginning, and he's just been.
And Lutz, here's what I love is that those points on the right are voting points. Demidov actually leads the NHL in rookie scoring. He has 36 points. Schaefer is third with 29.
Now, the people that are voting on this, the same people that vote at the end of the year?
Yes, the same. Well, just not entirely. These are NHL.com writers, not the. Go ahead, Sean.
The people, NHL.com people do not get to vote on NHL awards at the end of the year.
Is that because they're NHL employees?
Yeah.
No, the only person we know, honestly, on this show, Sam Nessler will have a vote. We know Sam Nessler is sitting right there. Sam Nessler will have a vote.
They give him the keys.
And I picked Jimmy Snugger doing it.
It's a PHW. The Calder, the Norris, the Hart are PHWA awards. The Vezina is voted on by the GMs. So these people voting work for the league, and they will not be the ones voting on the award. So it's a temperature of things, but it's not actually reflective of the actual voting block, if that makes sense here.
Are we all in agreement that at this point that it's Schaefer's to lose at the middle of the season?
Yeah.
Sure seems like it to me.
Right? I mean, if you look at that real quickly one more time, Ryan, just pop that up. I like the idea of one of the goalies, but I was big in Dustin Wolf last year. And Wallstedt is split with Gustafsson.
Yep.
Now, if they make the playoffs, Askarov, there could be something there with San Jose, but we will talk about that again in a minute. I'm not even sure if Demidov is the best rookie on the Canadiens right now because that Oliver Kapanen looked great the other night in Dallas. But let's go to the Jack Adams because that's the other one that they did. And this is for Coach of the Year.
Gee. Where's John Cooper's name?
People are complacent because he's always good.
And Glenn Gullisson also got votes.
Yeah, 14 points.
I would think Gully should be up.
Yeah,
I would have thought Gully would have been up here.
They're both on that list
totally
right there. So what's that? 4? They're 6th and 7th. Is that what that's? I can't really read
Luds,
it.
I get Colorado's doing something crazy.
Yeah,
so Bednar should be.
Down.
Quenneville getting Anaheim to the playoffs is a good one. Todd McClellan, the turnaround. Obviously, Minnesota's been better. What about Ryan Warsofsky? If the Sharks find a way to the playoffs, shouldn't he be in that conversation too?
Yeah, I think that's the one for me. Like we talked about last year, I forget. I want to say it was the Calder with Wolf. I was like, if they get in the playoffs, he wins it. That's a key one for.
And they didn't.
It's a team that's so far expected not to be anywhere near that playoff hunt, and they get there. That's when they should make a pretty big jump.
Okay,
it bothers me. I know Coop's a buddy and stuff like that, but why isn't he up there where that team is? What that team is doing now Their number one defenseman is out of the lineup, and then you look at Bednar, which again I agree with that too. You got arguably the best forward on the planet. You got the best defenseman on the planet.
Yep.
You know, so you could say, oh yeah, you know, you got Kucherov and this and that, but I don't understand why guys like that never get their name mentioned.
I agree, because they're expected to be good, and they don't get the
funny
votes.
one is that you'd think that, like what I was just saying, you think that the votes would go with the natural reaction of that. Wow, the Sharks are good. Let's go with him. Colorado was expected to be very good. Now,
well, not even this good,
but still, they're expected to be essentially.
Real quick, some people don't want the award because they seem to get fired within
because
a year.
We have to go to break, and Luds has to leave early. They haven't done the Hart. If you were to vote today yourself, who would be your Hart Trophy winner midseason? Luds?
For me, it's going to be one of them two guys, McKinnon or McDavid. But I'm telling you, again, the Celebrini kid. Now, somebody give me the true definition of this. Is this to their team or to the league? Because if it's to the team and San Jose makes the playoffs, isn't it Celebrini?
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, is he not more important to that team than McKinnon is to the Avs because of the supporting cast?
I know he's got Makar, and they've got a great. For me, it's McKinnon. I think he's the most important player. I think he drives.
I think he could be the MVP of the league.
Yes,
but I think I don't know how. Because he's got a supporting cast.
Yeah,
Celebrini doesn't have and Celebrini. I think there's a couple guys on that team hurt. I don't know. I'm confused by the way that the award is. You know, to the team.
I think technically it's the team, but I don't believe that all the voters go that way.
Vote that way.
Yeah, because it usually goes. I mean, it's usually the points leader. That's the way it is. But for me, I'd pick Kucherov.
Yeah,
because of like you just said, they got injuries there. They're still first in the Eastern Conference,
and he's probably gonna be a 100-point guy.
Yeah,
again.
I just don't think. I think you should always go with if this guy wasn't on your team, how big would the gap be?
Yeah.
How good you are versus how good.
Sean, you got like 10 seconds. Who'd you go with if you would pick it right now midseason?
All right, two quick things. It's going to take more than 10 seconds. I'm sorry. But Macklin said the Hart is for the MVP. The Ted Lindsay Award is for the best player. So much hockey media forgets the Ted Lindsay exists. Players vote on the best player. Hart is for the most valuable player. Media always forgets this and votes the wrong way. It is most valuable player to their team. That is in the definition of the award. So the San Jose Sharks, their second leading scorer, Alexander Wedberg, has 30 points. Their third leading scorer has 29 points. Combined, that number is 59. Macklin Celebrini has 67 points.
Yep.
No one else on that team is above plus minus, not the greatest stat. We all know. No one else on that team is above a +5. Macklin Celebrini is a +17. There is no one else in the league more valuable to their team than Macklin Celebrini. The kid should win the Hart. Like if they don't make the playoffs, no one on their team is more valuable than Macklin Celebrini. So
all right, I agree. You guys make a compelling argument. I might even change my vote from McKinnon to Celebrini.